Have you asked your, like family or friends, what do they think about the resolution of the jury?
Something's been bothering me a little. I have done all the things a wife is supposed to do. Where is the payback?
Hi, Elizabeth. Thank you for having me.
Hi. It's nice to meet you.
It's great talking to you. So first of all, I gotta say that I was with my mom at the hospital yesterday. She also saw the show. And I told her I was doing this interview with you. And I asked her, like, Mom, what would you like to ask Elizabeth Olsen if you could? And she said, I would only say to her, congratulations, because she did an amazing job. So first of all, in her words and mine, congratulations. We both love the show and your interpretation as well.
Very sweet of her, and I'm so sorry your mother's in the hospital.
She's doing fine now, but thank you. When you read the script for the show and later agreed to play Candy, which was one of the first questions that you asked to the showrunners? Like, what were you curious about to know about Candy and the story?
That's a good question. What were my first? I think my first questions were truly about the tone of the piece itself. I was trying to understand if the way I was reading it is how they wanted to play it. And I think sometimes when you have drama and humor, depending on who you are, you might read it with more drama and you might read it with more humor. And so I just wanted to make sure that stylistically, I was reading it with the right intentions. And so those are the first things that I was curious about, because to me, when you serve an audience things that are difficult and confusing and complicated, and you also are telling a story that we know about a time when women feel like they don't have all the options or the opportunities. I feel like it's helpful when you have humor and when you have like a point of view that's beyond super authentic reality. And I think it's more entertaining potentially. And so that was something that was really exciting to me about the project, and a way of interpreting a character that kind of makes choices that seems illogical. For it to be in this world that's not super logical completely.
Of course. While you were reading the script, there was some humor. Was there like a specific scene where you were reading and said like, this sounds really funny, but I'm not sure I was supposed to be laughing while reading this?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of those moments. The first thing I read were the first two scripts. I think it was the first one, and then I asked for the second script. In the first one, it was even just like how she communicated to her daughter about her piano playing while talking to her friend about divorce. There were just like moments like that where I was like, oh, this is hilarious. And I wasn't sure if they were supposed to be funny. I think the way she approaches Alan to have the affair, I just thought was straight out of a Coen Brothers script. And I thought it was crazy that's what happened in real life. And so I just thought those kinds of moments were really hilarious and shocking that they were real.
You have played different roles that take place in different time, places, or even dimensions. Yeah. In this case, you have like a 70s production design, but as an actress, besides, like hair, makeup, the set itself, or a green screen, what is essential for you to get inside a character when you are about to, like roll the camera?
I think for Candy, it was her voice was a point in for me. I was the summer leading up. It was like for like a 2-3 months or something. I was trying to figure out, how does this woman talk and walk in the world? When I'm in the world, I know about myself that I kind of go at the world from a very masculine, female but masculine place. Like I want to look tough. I want people to not notice me, and that's just how I've been as a child. And so I want to think about how is this woman a child? How did this woman interact with being a female in the world? And I think she is someone who utilized being a female to her advantage. And so that comes from her voice, how she speaks, the range of sounds that come out of her voice, how she walks in the world. And then you think about also the time period and what's appropriate in where they live. And so I think about manners and I think about mannerisms. And so to me, it was definitely like a full like character that I got to put on every day. You end up talking like them, which is the fun.
Yeah.
It was definitely like a full character that felt outside of myself, and I have so much fun when I get to do that.
It's really cool to see you talking about this character because you get really excited talking about her. I've seen the interviews and all the time you mention like Candy and this character you created as well. You get super excited, and I think that's really cool. And also you have said like you would like to get into her skin again. But how do you imagine this? Like maybe a prequel, a sequel, I don't know, like a play or something?
Yeah, I don't know. I really want to. There's something about what happens when they move to Georgia that I just not like we're gonna do a sequel because this story, begin and ends where it was supposed to. But I think the years that lead up to her divorce, I'm kind of fascinated by, because I think they did try and make their marriage work for as long as they could. You kind of think that they're actually maybe going to make it if he stayed with her through all of this. But yeah, I think and then how did she become a therapist? I just really want to, know those kinds of things.
Have you asked your, like family or friends, what do they think about the resolution of the jury? Are you curious about that?
Yeah, I have talked about it with people. Some people are like, yeah, absolutely. Like, way that I can imagine it going down than her getting off for self-defense. And then there are other people where, so my close family friend is a criminal defense attorney that I grew up with. I spoke to him before doing the job to understand, like, can you actually use hypnosis in court? Is this a bad trial? Or is this the U.S., is this our court system? This is just what we've got. This is the best version we've got. And his opinion is, this is the best version that we've got as a court system, and that he couldn't imagine it going another way. But that's not to say that that's like right or wrong. It's just that's the system we have. So even if the verdict makes people angry, it's more to me about this is the best court system we've got. She was being tried on a very specific crime, and was it intentional? That's like all you're defending. You can't throw in a bunch of other things. And so it's just the best we've got. That's kind of how I've discussed it with people, I guess.
Thank you, Elizabeth. I really enjoyed talking to you. I hope you visit us soon in Mexico. We love you here. So congratulations. I love the show.
Thank you very much. It's nice to meet you.
I just don't want anybody to get hurt.